Hello, these are some of the basic components that you need if you're starting out as a beginner in electronics. Here is a breadboard for prototyping. And this here is a jumper cable. You can use them to connect the different components together, either within the same breadboard or from one breadboard to another. You could also use a normal hard wire, either from a telephone cable or from an Ethernet cable. You can cut them in different sizes to suit your needs. You can cut them short or you can cut them long. I prefer using these ones. And the next is a DC circuit to screw terminal adapter. Makes life so much easier. The next is a power source or power supply. If you haven't got the money for those fancy ones, you can also buy these ones. As you can see, these ones start from 12 volt up to 24 volt. Depending on your needs, you can buy the ones that start from 5 volt. And depending on what you're working on, you just have to select your voltage, 12 volt, 18 volt. Plug them to your screw terminal and voila. Once you're done prototyping on your breadboard, the next step is to solder. And of course you will need a soldering iron. You can get a simple one or you can go for the fancy ones. And of course you need a multimeter if you need to make sure your connections are right. To make sure that you have the right power, the right current, you need a multimeter. With one you can measure several components, from diodes to resistors to capacitors, depending on which one you get, even frequencies, and of course current. Screw terminals, they make life so much easier. You just have to plug in your wire from either your power source or from whichever component or your motor. Just plug it in, screw it in, and then firmly plug it on your breadboard. And voila! Once plugged in, you can rest assured that your project won't accidentally be knocked over or knocked out of the circuit. A very handy tool or item indeed. And lastly, you need a cutter. You don't want to be cutting wires and cables with your teeth. You need these. You need one of these to cut your wires or strip your wires. Very handy. That will be all. Thank you for watching. See you next time.